you. Check. What's up, chat? Well, it doesn't look like there's anybody here yet, but hello, people. Welcome to the stream, I guess. There's nobody here. May as well get started, I guess. So, if you're watching this in the future, like after the stream, greetings, everybody. I'm Speckled. I like to make bass-focused EDM. I'm a Christian. That's about it. And today I intend to start on an original track. Hopefully some people will show up. Hopefully. So, without further ado, I guess let's get into it. Hopefully the audio is not terrible. So I was thinking about it a little bit, and I'm thinking maybe we should go for something kind of minimal or deep. I think that might be the move today. That also could mean that I've been watching too many reels from Chime on Instagram, but we'll see about that. So I kind of want to try something with like a high sustained sound. Right now I'm just making a basic wub. I don't want to open that. Lovely already. that seems kinda... Am I running this right? Oh, you guys can't hear anything because I'm not running it through the proper output. Good thing that got fixed before anybody showed up. So this should be audible then. So we are running a little bit hotter on the CPU. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Something like that. Cut the lows. And we'll add in a separate sub. I do hope somebody shows up. It would be quite nice if I had somebody to talk to. Am I clipping? Hang on a second, chat. Hang on a second. No. Okay, I'm gonna restart Ableton real quick. Hopefully that fixes whatever issue we seem to be having. Also, just so you guys know, I have the Ableton right here in front of me and the stream over on my right. So if it looks like I'm looking over to the side, then it's really just because it means I'm looking at chat. Hopefully that fixed whatever issue we were having with the audio, and we can get cracking now. Looks like somebody's here. Hello. So to give you an idea of what I'm trying to do right now, you've probably seen that I'm trying to make an original track from scratch somewhere if you've showed up to the stream. So what I'm thinking about doing is some sort of like deep or minimal dubstep type of thing. That's at least what I have in my mind. And so that's what I'm going to try and get going here. First off, I'm going to make a little bass wub. Oh, right. A little too much. Maybe a little bit more than that. Yeah, that sounds pretty nice. Got the lows. Separate sub. Unless you're like really interested in the process that I'm doing, this may not be the most entertaining thing to watch for the first bit here. It still doesn't. It still sounds like it's clipping or something, which is weird. Something doesn't sound right. It's almost like Ableton's lagging out. I think I'll leave that off for this. Okay, that's nice. That's a decent sound to start off with. Okay, but probably. Yeah, that's better. Quarter notes. Yeah. So now we got a little wub. If we're going kind of deep, I don't want to get too in the weeds here. Yeah, okay. I think maybe the move is just to make a few sounds first, and then worry about putting it all together after that. Maybe. That's what I'm thinking. So I have this idea, like a high sustained sound, and I would like to go ahead and apologize in advance to whoever's watching this, because this is going to sound like trash at first. But let me cook, chat. Let me cook. Okay, so want some high FME type sound. Probably want to use a saw in there somewhere to really get that. Just gotta pitch oscillator 2 up a ton. This is gonna sound awful. I'm just saying. You may want to turn the stream down just a little bit. Yep. I mean, honestly, it's not. Okay, so. Okay. I guess we could make it wider. Bring that down. Can you explain? Well, first off, hello, Soren. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Hello, Safe. Can you explain how op amps do this in analog? I'm not doing anything that op amps can do yet. Well, I mean, the one thing that I guess you could say that an op amp could do is, if we look at the other sound I made, I distorted it. But like an op amp wouldn't even probably do this type of distortion anyway. It'd do hard clipping. That probably was just a joke, but I did take that very seriously. Okay, so now I gotta make this less trash. Ooh! I think I'll leave that on there, actually. So I guess I've got to think about arrangement a little bit. Maybe so. Thanks, Soren. Okay. Now to make this not trash. First off, I really don't need the low end in this. We really just want that high stuff. Thank you, Save. I don't need the low end, because I'm going to be using that for other elements. I really just want this high sort of screechiness, but I also don't want it to sound super terrible. Well, actually, hold on a second. So what if, and then, what if I really push this out to the sides? Let me think here. I'm gonna make this wide. I think. Okay, so I need a utility. Group that. Chains, create another chain, get another utility on that chain. That's the left. That's the right. This might not work. So, left channel, right channel, delay this a little bit. Yeah! It's wide! Okay, I probably am going to put that before the EQ, though. And I still need that still sounds really terrible. So, why actually, we could just go crazy here. Let me think about this. What if we do something like that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. And then we can actually cut this even more drastically. Something like... Yeah. But it does sound rather awful. So... Let's see here. Those two harmonics right there turned down a bit. Yeah, okay, that's better. And then turn that down overall, I think. Okay, so we have a sustain. We have a wub. Let's get some drums going, I guess. My favorite kick drum of all time. Oh, that's solo, that's why I can't hear that. My favorite kick drum of all time, baby. From a free sample pack to boot. It's great. I love it. If we're going deep, we probably don't want that snare, though. Maybe something snappy. Just gotta hit that optimal producer action real quick. I might just... stack some... I want something kind of plinky, almost like... Which I know, like, this is very plinky. But it's also kind of long. Let's see here. What can I do with that? Just staring off into space, playing a snare. Okay, so deep. So let me think here. Let's just go with some rims for now, and then if I want to swap it out later, I can. Actually, okay, we can take that. Definitely need to turn it up. Yeah, that sounds better. Add some reverb, I think. There we go. Not delay. Wait, that's cool. Hold on. I love that. This functionality that I built into this rack actually does something. Let's go, baby. I love that. So then... Okay, so I'm thinking... Maybe... think here... What key do we want to go with? D sharp. Okay. All right. I might just need to do a bit more messing around. I don't think I've really found some solid inspiration yet. Need to turn that down to turn that down a lot. Turn it down more. It's kind of interesting how the rim almost sounds like it has bit crush on it, but it really doesn't. Yeah, I think I just need to mess around and get some inspiration going because I don't feel like I have a lot of inspiration going right now. Where to start with that? And then gonna use a little trick from Virtual Riot, I think. So there's a better way to do this, but so 1 that would be up to 8th notes, 2 would be to 16ths, which is what we want. So that needs to be 2. I think, if I'm thinking about this correctly, because then we should be able to come over here, and if we bring this way down, that should go way up, somewhere in the middle, somewhere in the middle, somewhere in the middle, way down, way down. Yes. Okay. Cool. So that works. So what I'm doing here is, this is a trick I learned from a tutorial by Virtual Riot. You can map the velocity of a synth. If the velocity is usually used for stuff like volume or like the sort of tone of a sound. Like, for example, if you're playing a realistic piano, like a physically modeled piano or something, then if you play with a higher velocity, it's going to sound brighter and have more attack generally. And if you play with a, gotta put those way up. If you play with a lower velocity, then it'll sound a lot softer and have, be less bright. And some synths don't necessarily like have a velocity mapped to anything automatically. And so what you can do with that, if you're doing like dubstep sound design or whatever, is you can map the velocity to LFO tempos, and that way you've got a really quick and easy setup here. That's actually not bad. We've got to start, chat. We've got to start. We just got to make something out of this now. I don't know if that sound is the move though. The heavy sustain, or well, not heavy, but like that may not be the move. I like this deeper sound though that we got going here. Let's blow it out a little bit. OTT, my beloved. Maybe like 40%. we can distort it some more. Maybe some soft sine. Just a little bit. This is going to be loud. I'm sorry. Maybe something like that. Okay, cool. How are we looking over here? Looking good. I think we should give this some more top end somehow. I don't really want to put noise on it. We could just distort it more here. That's just a gross sound. Let's see here. I mean, hey. We got the beginnings of something. Oh, the sidechain. Okay, right. Yeah, gonna get a little crazy with the drums here. Something like that. And put that on our side chain. Yeah, definitely need to turn that down a little bit more. That looks a little bit better. Okay, so I think we need a sound at the beginning. I still feel like I'm just kind of grabbing for straws here, but maybe we'll come across something in a bit. So there's a particular sample that I'm thinking of. If I have it favorited. There we go. Okay. That. Okay. Okay. I have a vision in mind now. So, we're going to modify that sound we made. So I've duplicated it. Going to modify this so that it's a little bit more crazy. I'm going to remove that. Really want to get wild with this one. If this is too loud, just like let me know or something. We could compress this one. Oh yeah, that's gross. Okay, let me think about this. Or maybe we do is we make this really tight. No, I think we need it to be slower. Whoa. Maybe just a softer. Yeah, and also probably not go too crazy with the FM. Yeah, that might work. What if I turn that off? Oh, okay. So I know it doesn't necessarily sound like the most impressive thing ever right now. But if we do something like this. Yeah, okay. But then, so the reason that gives us the freedom so that if we want to, yo, what's up, Make Way? Thanks for pulling up, man. Good to see you. All right. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, I want to really accentuate the reverb on this. Actually, maybe we should automate the reverb. Okay. So it goes from like fully dry, and then we can open it up to... let's start at -5 and see how that sounds. And I'm gonna... Yeah, it needs to be a longer reverb for sure. Yeah, I don't know if the automation was the best idea, actually. Yeah, okay. That makes me just want to automate this other sound now, too. Well, not automate, but put reverb on it, too. That's a little too much reverb on that sound. You put the saturator after the OTT. Yeah, so this is generally, if I want to bring out a sound more, what I'll generally do, and this is like usually right after I make the sound, is I'll OTT into saturation, like especially on bass sounds, really helps bring it out. Yeah, still maybe just a tad much on that. Ooh. I think we can make room for something there. Cymbals. Want some like garagey stuff, maybe. Some percussion going. That might sound good. No, I'm not the new Skrillex, Make Way. I don't think I'm the new Skrillex. Oh, that's disgusting! I love that! Hold on, just like, I'm gonna turn off the sidechain real quick. Just like, because like, this sounds great, bro. Like, oh, this perk loop. Ugh. Okay. But yeah, I think it'd be best if we don't bring that in until here. So let me duplicate that. And then... yeah, unsolo you. Yeah, bro. Make way. Cymatics. I use an unnecessary amount of cymatic stuff. If you look over here at my sample library, cymatics, cymatics. So much cymatics. Oh man. Yeah. Let me see here though. There's let me look at that could be nice actually. That especially.
Rewind. 5, 7, 8.
I think they are goated. They are in fact goated. I will agree with that. Gotta love me some cymatics. That's way too far out. Yeah, that's too loud, but you get the idea. I think what I might do with both of these, honestly, is really trim it down. So we should have something like... That already sounds kind of spacey. Yeah, okay. So like really shave these down, and then instead of using like the reverb tails and delay tails that were already on there, we can just grab our own ping pong delay. Really a lot of delay. But be a bit more subtle with the reverb, I think, is the move. Definitely want to increase the feedback. Am I on the right thing? Oh, I'm messing with the wrong knob. The sync is what I mean. There we go. Okay. But we do want to mess with the feedback because that's how long the delay tail will be. Yeah, okay. Gotta turn that down for sure. I think we can just put the same rack on it. Also, I think it just needs to be a bit less bright. I feel like it's way too in front right now. If we cut some of the highs, that might help out a bit. That did like nothing. Oh, it's because I put it on the wrong track. Yo, what's up, Beowulf? Thanks for pulling up to the stream, bro. Good to see you. Okay, that's better. But still, I think this needs to be turned down more. This needs to be like way in the back. Probably could put that back a little bit too. So, Beowulf, original track. Here's what I've got so far. Yeah, so... Soren, bro, just pulling up saying Bode plot in the middle of the stream, bro. Goodness. Maybe we should do like an A-B thing. So, yeah. So, we could do the same wub at the beginning, or we could do a different sound. But either way, we'd want to go into something different than... I think that's the move. Let's see here. So... Oof that base swamp at the start. Yeah, bro. Honestly, just basic sine wave FM wubs. Soren, you had a bowed plot earlier. Oh, yeah. No, you're right. That's true. You know what? Fair play, Soren. Fair play. So, if we do something with triangle waves, I want something that's still kind of deep, but a bit more... a little bit more harsh. Maybe if we FM a triangle wave with a saw, that'll give us something decent. Let's see about this. We could even make the... Yeah, I think a really stabby, zappy sound here would be kind of cool. Okay, I think the move might not necessarily be maybe something like that instead. And we can map this to the pitch as well. How do I give us something like... Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to make that much faster. Yeah, can't put the FM on that, because I want that to be... Let me just use the envelopes. So 1 for the FM. That already sounds kind of lasery anyway. Yeah, I think the trick now is just dialing in the envelope, making it real lasery. We could maybe even run that through another filter to cut out any potential sub, and then we'll add our own separate sub. That should give us something like this. Then, chorus. And compression. It's, I want it to be deeper. Maybe if we just filter it again. Maybe. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure I'm clipping OBS right now. If you hold shift while dragging the pitch in the wavetables, it scrolls in octaves instead. Really? Bruh, Yowolf. Thanks, bro. That's some good stuff right there. Okay, so we've got... other sound. Something like that. Gotta get some pitch movement on these webs, I think. I think that's the move. How's that? Oh, I put it on the wrong patch. Ah, this one. Okay. Maybe need to shorten that up or do something to it. Oh, man. Not that short. Actually, it could be kind of cool. Especially if we add a little attack. How's that? What if we make that a sign? It still has a ton of high end. What's up, malicious cookies? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, I think pitch bend is the way to go here. So, to everybody who's just joined the stream, welcome. Trying to start an original track from scratch today. I'm not expecting to finish a whole track today, but so far I've been going at it for about 40 minutes, and this is what we have. Some nice deep dubs. That part's still a work in progress, but actually, maybe. Okay, I think the move might be to just use an LFO then, honestly. At 1/16 to control these filters. We could also just put the FM on it at this point, I think. I don't think that it's going to make a huge difference. Oh, that's some good stuff, fellas. Let's see here. It's such a goofy sound. Oh my goodness. Surely we can make something out of this, though. Let's see here. Ooh. That's kind of wumpy now. Ooh, yeah. Okay. I think... Space Dog Wolf. Oh, boy. It sounds like I just grabbed a carton of Jell-O and I'm vigorously shaking it. Oh, man. Okay. Pitch bend time. Yeah, see, guys? The pitch bend is what makes it work. The pitch bend, you should try making a basic sine layer that follows the main bass in the first 4 bars, so the first 2 bars are on the same note, and then bars 3 and 4 are +7. Follows the main bass in the first 4 bars. So the first 2 bars, the same note, and then bars 3 and 4 are +7. Okay. It's very confusing, Meow Wolf. I think I'm not 100% sure I understand what you're saying. Basically, pitch it up +7 in the second half. I saw a reel where someone made an entire track with nothing but mayonnaise. I bet you could do the same with jelly. The thing is, with music, You can basically take any sound and turn it into anything, and it's really stinking easy because like you can make stuff out of basically anything because all you have to do is you can just take whatever sound you get, grab just like one singular wave cycle of the sound. Now you have an oscillator, and you can do whatever you want with it. That's the way I see it anyway. And if you need like claps or hi-hats or noisy stuff, you literally just grab the Ableton vocoder and put it on noise mode, and now it's like it's noise. It's amazing. I think that sound needs the reverb too. It's part of why it sounds kind of out of place. That may be too much reverb, chat. That may be too much. Did I put the right one on there? Man. We could even maybe do something fun with that pitch bend. Bend it back up at the end. You could try automating the reverb. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna do that for the the jelly silhouettes. Guys, oh no, the jelly's too wet. Yeah, okay. I think, well, I definitely want another bass sound to go right here. Maybe if we make a more subdued wub, if we can modify this one. Probably could just use a bit less FM, honestly. See how that works. Ooh, okay. That could hit, but it needs more reverb, I think. It needs more... maybe just a hair more FM? Like, it's so gross. I just feel like it needs, like, just a little bit more top end, though. Maybe that's a good spot. Okay, cool. We have a loop. We have a loop, chat. Let's add some more stuff. So I have a few presets here. Maybe. Pretty inclined to just throw an art behind this. Too high. And also, I think it would be better if it was like that. And then make it real plucky. Grab a EQ. So we're like sitting right at 100 hertz, which is good. We're not getting too far into the low end. And then high pass that. I feel like I need to be careful with this track because I 100% could just blow this thing out with reverb. Because I want to put reverb on this too now. mean, we could put some ping pong delay on it. And really bring that out. Maybe not that much. And play a bit faster. I think I liked it somewhere here. Definitely want more. And then push this sound way into the back. So then, make it so that's only playing there, and then do the same thing over here. You can't really hear the pluck though. Oh yeah, there we go. Up the octave. Way to go. In that case, we can chop up to 200 hertz. Yeah, I can already... This is gonna get really cluttered if I'm not careful. I can already tell. It could get real bad real quick. Maybe, make this a tad less plucky. See how that is. Yeah, also on this percussion loop. I think we can pretty safely cut up to like 200 hertz on here. Really free up the low end, you know. Then, yeah, so... Okay, the wet space dog is a little bit chaotic. Might have to tone that down some. It's kind of a lot. It's probably because... Wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing here. What am I doing? This could be the FM, but it might also have something to do with the filtering. If we remove that, make it a bit less FM'd. Yeah, that's better. A nice deeper sound. If we add the filter back in. Yeah! That's nice, bro. Okay. And then we can probably add in another vocal to wrap it up. Wet Space Dog and Wet Jelly. Yeah, baby. That's how we roll.
Rewind. Rewind.
I think if we're going to use that vocal, we should save it for later. I think I just need to go look in my BandLab folder. That could actually be really cool if we can pitch it down. Let's see here. I think that could work really well, actually. Let's see. If we put it on Complex Pro and pitch it down an octave. But we don't really want to use the formants too much. Yeah, so something like... Maybe, try a different amount of pitching. I kind of like it. Just needs a little bit more performance, I think. That almost doesn't sound like somebody saying A, though. That just sounds like... Yeah. So probably we'll just go with this one instead. Oh wait, that has a... I don't know if that says 0. Yeah, so something like that. And we can use the same type of... Another dog sound. Put this on here, see how that is. Yeah, okay. Can I pet that doll? Oh man. Okay. Just a little variation for the second time around. And I think I'm also going to have to copy over my sidechain. Oh, I need to do that on the second bar too. Whoops, is the sidechain even on? Yeah. Definitely gonna have to do some work to sort of bring just a little bit more high end into a lot of these sounds. So I'm thinking the second time around of this, we don't go down, we go up instead. So, hold on a second, let me... Yeah, so, and then we can... That might be fine, honestly. Okay. Wait, actually, hold on. Let me look at this. This is set to envelope mode, so I could just, what am I doing? I can just hold notes. I could just, oh wait, no, it's on envelope mode, right? Never mind. That actually does mean, though, that for this part here, we can just go really fast on these boogers. I think that is best suited here. So maybe right there. Let's put the drums on top and see how that sounds. Okay, the ending is a little weird. But other than that, I think if we can just move that over, then we ought to be doing pretty good. Let's see how that sounds. The end is kind of weird. Yeah. I think the move may just be to finish with another quick burst, but otherwise keep it straight 16ths. Yeah, okay. And copy this over. Maybe a drum fill. Maybe. Yeah, there probably should be more variation in the percussion. Okay, I kind of like that ending, not gonna lie. That hits, bro. Let me see here then. I think it would be really cool if at the end here, where there's like is this a woo or the whatever that is, if everything just kind of drops out, that way there's really some nice room for that. So like drop out this percussion loop here, I guess. And maybe remove the kick there. That might be the move. Let me come down here and do that. Okay, maybe that's doing too much. I think maybe we should bring back the kick. No, that's not it. I think yeah, so that's gone. If we maybe keep the percussion going instead. Yeah, that's better. I think that's the vibe. Okay. I think it could be cool if we could maybe bring in a really stabby hi-hat. Maybe. We can even just take this, I think. Actually. I kind of like that one. Yeah, okay. And then make this even shorter than it already is. Not that much fade out. I want a little bit of it. There we go. And maybe extend it just a hair. Let's see how that sounds. Yeah. Okay. Actually, let me 30 seconds. Gonna have a little quick fill right when the hi-hats start, and we'll add some transposition automation to that. That's disgusting. I love it. I love how much this stream is just going to be me groaning over things. Could also maybe make this just a hair longer. I like it pretty stabby. Yeah, no, I think let's see. I'm just going to create a new clip so I don't have to worry about the automation that's already pre-existing. Oh, that's not the length I wanted. Yeah, okay, and then add another fill right in here. If there's some sort of filler sound at the end, we might as well. Okay, maybe not that middle fill there. I'm kind of want to put pitch envelope. What about a pitch roll up as well? Oh, like where? What I was kind of thinking, this is just rolling through my head, is what if we just have the hi-hats progressively pitch up through this entire phrase? Like, maybe not from the get-go, but after the main section starts, and then we can just have a little bit of volume bend. Not volume bend, pitch bend. That might be a little bit much, but you get the vibe. Put that +4 right there. And then bring this down a hair. I'm going to go back to the notes because I want to remove that last hi-hat. Because I'm also thinking I'm going to remove the last kick. Like how we did on the second round of things. So that ought to be good. And then we need some different fill at the end, some different vocal or something. Never mind, sounded better in my head. Okay, the hi-hats are a little bit sudden. It might be better to introduce the hi-hats in like the next section after these. What, this is 16 bars? It might be better to just introduce them over here instead. It's not good. This needs to be more groovy, I feel like. Like, I like music that gets me moving. Right now, like, I'm just head bobbing a little. I'm not like, we need some sort of like quarter note stuff or something. We need some, I'm not saying quarter note rhythm. Not in this case. But we do need some sort of quarter note, something to emphasize the quarter notes, I feel like. Something to just, like, get you on your feet. You know what I mean? I want to get up and start grooving. Something like every quarter note that's just like da da da. Maybe I could put could put a vocal, but I feel like I've already used a lot of vocals. Hmm. A splash cymbal. Maybe that could work. I think it could work. The thing is, I want to. Well, actually. Cymbal. Ooh, that could be nice. I might try that one. But I definitely want to tighten it up a bit. And put it more in the back for sure. That's really bright. But honestly, that's not terrible. Because this is such a deep track, there's not a lot of stuff up in the really high highs. Yeah, almost like that. Maybe just a bit more subtle. Okay. How's that? It's a little too much right now. It just needs to be a little softer, almost. Maybe if I can just cut a little bit. It is also awfully stabby because of this envelope I put on it. Maybe, where is that specific symbol? That could be nice. A nice wind symbol. Let's see here. The trick, I think, is just getting it to... Maybe it needs a fade in. I mean, I guess the sidechain is already taking effect, so... It may just be that it just needs to be turned down a lot. But suppose we go with that. Maybe not even like a splash cymbal. If this doesn't work, what I might do is I might just get some sort of longer hi-hat and use that instead. Really stabby, keep it with like the minimal nature. I might just go ahead and try that, actually. Or, what if we just introduce the hi-hats from the get-go? That might help, actually. Yeah, definitely want to turn that down just a little bit, I think. Maybe like 14 and a half? Transposition. I don't want that to kick in immediately. Yeah, when the hi-hats get really clustered, it does tend to really bunch up in terms of loudness. I wonder. I wonder if I could compress the hi-hat. It's not really something I usually do. I don't usually compress my hi-hats, but it might work. I'm kind of curious. No, it wouldn't do anything. Hmm. That may be a bit much. Or I think the move might be, hold on a second, to put this here instead. So that way it sits right in that empty space created by the main base. I need to fix the envelopes though. That would need to go there. Yeah, okay. I definitely want to make some room at the end like we are doing in the next section. We can add a nice bend up here. That last roll here kind of seems like it's just doing too much. I might just put in some normal hi-hats there. See how that sounds. Hidden behind the dog base or whatever we're calling it, the jello dog base, whatever that thing is, whatever this is here, whatever you call this. I wonder if I could pitch this up more. Let me look at this. It might sound terrible. That's actually quite nice. And then we can just trim it up a little bit. Copy paste that boy. pitch it up an octave when the dog hits. That's actually not a terrible idea. If to just do it then, let's try that real quick. Hold on, let me control Z. Okay, so that needs to go there. Control C, Control V. Control C, Control V. Control C, Control V. And then we need to fix the EQ. See how that sounds. Make way, that rocks, bro. Alrighty. I think we have a drop for the most part, which is pretty nice. And it only took like an hour and a half. I do want to add something to just end it off. And then I think at that point, it'd probably be a good idea to focus on an intro. I do think it might be kind of cool, since this is like a deeper track, to do like a really deep like post drop where like the drums are still going, but like the bass isn't necessarily there as much. So I might do that.
Rewind.
Honestly, chat, should we use the Zelda sample? And for the record, I did pull this off of BandLab, so like this should be fine to use. Should we use it? What do you guys think? I think I'm just gonna... Alright. Beowulf, oh, I just realized how that might have sounded. I'm not screaming at you guys to listen. Sorry about that. Whoops. So if we put that like right there... Yeah, something like that. Yes, you're good, lol. Alright. Scooch you down. And then... This is way too loud right now. Definitely want to turn it down. Oh yeah, you're right, Beowulf. But also it's Skrillex. Like, actually, in fairness, I was about to say he could have paid off Nintendo, but it's Nintendo. I don't know if he could have gotten away with paying off Nintendo. I'm a Nintendo user, but I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like, I don't want to mess with Nintendo. Oh, I left out the listen. I think that could use a bit more fade, actually, to sound a bit more natural. Skrillex gets away with copyright all the time. Yeah, no, I don't think even Skrill can stand up to Nintendo. Do you guys see on his most recent album? I know you saw it, Beowulf. But, like, all the DJ Smokey voice samples, like, oh, man. Like, on one of the songs he did with Virtual Riot on that album, it was like, at the beginning, it's like, we killed Skrillex, and we'll tell you where to find the body. All those voice samples were so great, man. Oh, man. Okay, so that's like a hard cut at like 300 or something. Okay. Okay, and then we need the reverb sauce. I honestly think it could use a bit less delay. But it also needs turned down anyway, so like significantly turned down. That's better. Yeah, okay. I think let's get a post drop nailed down and then we can worry about an intro. So I think we can more or less just start off like with the same thing we were doing in the main drop, and then we can bring in the percussion and maybe also bring in the cymbals. Did I fix the side chain, by the way? Yeah, it looks like I did. So, post drop. Yep, I've listened to the Scroats album a bunch of times. I think my favorite sample is the one in the hard dubstep track, and he's like, "My life is in shambles." What is right before the drop? You have the hey and the listen at the end. So I was thinking of doing Make Way, is doing the full hey listen at the beginning, and then the listen conveniently fits like right into this little like quarter note slot. Like it's literally like the perfect size. So I don't think we need to do hey listen. We can just do listen at the end, but I want to do hey listen at the beginning. And then I think we can just maybe can we just get a sub? Okay, so well, like, have you guys ever? Yeah, well, if I wouldn't be surprised if you listened to him. Have either of you guys ever listened to Howdy? There's one track he has called Discovery, where he does something like this. So like the drop ends, but he keeps like the drums going and the sub, and that's it. Like and like some background elements and stuff, but like the main mid-range bass sounds are gone. So he's just got like sub. And I'm thinking maybe we can do something similar here. I'm gonna copy this LFO. And put that in here. And I think we were doing like eighth notes or something. Sounds ridiculous. Oh, I put it on the wrong thing. Put it on there. Okay, something like that. Yeah, and then we can just, we could put chorus on it, I guess. Although this isn't going to do a whole lot. Very subtle. And then a bit of distortion. And then we can just have this going. So if I copy this pattern here, but I'm just gonna do standard quarter notes, I think, or eighth notes. The bass is that sub is a bit strong, I think. Yeah, I can turn that down for sure. That's better. I think we need to add in some effects. We also need to fill out this post drop a little bit. We could just keep the wubs going. But I want it to be very clear, like, this is not the drop. This is, like, after the drop, we're just sort of toning things down. Okay, yeah, I think that'll work. I think once we add in some effects and stuff, it'll feel more like a lower section of the track. And if we need to fix anything, we can probably just come in here and just distort this a bit less, honestly. Let's see here. How does that stack up? Yeah, I think that's real nice and subtle. There's still some sub going, but it doesn't have a whole lot of upper harmonics. Pretty nice, I think. And then we just need a... definitely get a cymbal in here. Do I have anything on this track? I'm going to delete that. We could just use the basic cymbal. See how that sounds. But I want to put it so that it ends right before the... Where's the listen go? Right there. So I want to cut this, I think. And so it's literally just the listen sample. Yeah, and then we can turn this down a bit. And probably turn it down some more. I love that percussion loop a lot. It reminds me of the stuff off of like Virtual Riot's Stealing Fire album. Yeah, and I think we can add another track here and put the same cymbal down, like when the percussion comes back in. But have that turn down a little bit more. Use the same EQ. Too much. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that cymbal. It kind of feels just a little bit out of place. I kind of want to... Is this the right chain? Yeah. I kind of want to put some delay on it. I mean, you can't hear at all what it's doing, so... maybe if we the side chain on the cymbal is too pumpy. I mean, I think it's fine. But yeah, I am a dubstep producer. My sidechain looks like this, like just a whole like nothing is there except like a tiny bit of high end. It's just gone. So the art and the percussion loop together is so nice. It's like, I don't know, it's just like so organic. It's just an opinion, well, yeah, that's how it is, bro. But thanks for your input anyways. You have had some great ideas during the stream. Yeah, I love that. I almost think like a more subdued cymbal would be better. I have my cymbals and effects instead of drums just for more control. I mean, if I put them in it, I might do -7 on that instead and bring that down just a hair more. Let's try something like that. If this is like all that I get done today, this is pretty solid for the first stream, I think. I think that's pretty solid. I might move the cymbals to the effects, actually. I might do that. Gotta get to my effects bus first. One eternity later. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna put them in there. Gotta hit that assign track color to clips, and I'll send that to the washout rack. Maybe. That might mess with the vocals. Actually, that sounds pretty fine, I think. Dubstep is very pumpy. It's all about the pump. Honestly, well, yeah, it's really just you're trying to make as much room for your kick and snare or clap or whatever as possible so that they just slam like trucks. Actually, I think I like it better in the effects bus, make way. I agree with you on this one. I do think they need to turn down more, though. Yeah. That's good stuff. Also, the stream audio isn't too loud, right? Like, I sound good compared to the track, yeah. Yeah, bro, that's some good stuff. Let's get an intro going. I don't really know how to do an intro for something this minimalistic, though, I think. So that might be kind of challenging. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself some more space first. Let's duplicate some time. Yeah, sounds great. Thanks, bro. We got a bit more to work with, and intro. I may have run out of creative juice for the day. We'll see. So well, we already know what we want for pre-drop. So let's go ahead and bring that in. We want the hey listen. So we want this as our pre-drop. That almost needs extended, like. Maybe just like that? No. I think I might have to work on this a little bit. What I could probably do, actually, is just do something like that, so it has a bit more of a natural. It's just a matter of filling out the beginning part. I think. Let me save this. So live stream 1 deep dub. Swag. Probably gave somebody anxiety that I didn't save the project that entire time. Been streaming almost 2 hours. Okay. Well, I feel very fried. Let's see here. I could try and bang out an intro. It honestly might be better, though. Like, I feel like this is already a pretty good stopping point. What I might do is I might just call it here, and then the next stream, we can deal with an intro and building out a second drop. So, I think that's probably the move. So, the next stream should be 2 weeks. In 2 weeks from now. I'm planning on doing these bi-weekly, every Friday, 6 p.m. Well, not every Friday, every other Friday. And so that will be June 6th should be the date of the next stream. So thank you everybody that showed up today. Really appreciate it. Honestly, 5 concurrent viewers at once first stream is pretty nice. With that, I think I'm gonna call it a day. Yeah. You guys have a good one, and see y'all when I see ya. Bye.